So I guess we are about halfway now going through the management system here. We still got to check the applications. Now the applications include a web file manager that's enabled and is accessible here or from the main menu, a multimedia station, a download station, surveillance station that we can use with cameras to record data straight onto the NAS. There's an iTunes service, there's a UPnP media server, a MySQL server for the web admins who want to build a test environment locally or launch their own website from their homes, and the QPKG plugins. Now the QPKG plugins is something that is really worth exploring because it allows you to install several packages onto the unit as extra, and this is quite cool. So as you can see, you can have several PHP MyAdmin, Joomla, word process and stuff that is based on internet websites, or you can just have MLDonkey, which is a torrent download application, or the Squeezebox server that works together with the Logitech streamers and music. Now I use this all the time and it really is worth exploring for the convenience. So this would actually allow you to install the Squeeze server onto the NAS, and while you store your MP3 files onto the NAS, the Logitech or other media players that work with the Squeeze Center software of Logitech can actually grab the data off of your NAS directly. So it's quite cool. Now backup options are usually very important as well. You can back up external devices and select whatever folder you want to copy to the external device. You can have USB one-touch copy by connecting an external drive into the front port USB port of the QNAP and then press a single button which will copy all the data from onto the external USB hard disk onto an internal drive. You have remote replication, which allows you to actually replicate one NAS into another that is located somewhere else, and it's a very good feature. And you have time machine support, of course, for our Apple friends, although I wouldn't call them friends though. It's about time they learn how to use a real PC, right? Don't we all Windows users always say that? But okay, let's continue. External devices, external storage device, you can actually connect eSATA or USB devices onto the QNAP NAS over the external ports, a USB printer, or just a UPS. So these options are only available, of course, should you connect anything to it. And the last item is where we can get some system information about all the things we did now, which means we have CPU usage, we have total memory available, we have free memory available when everything is loaded that we have loaded after enabling all the services, some information about the Ethernet errors and packets that gone lost, HDD temperatures, and the system fan speed of system fan 1 and 2, system uptime, and that kind of stuff. You have system services as well, where you can see what is enabled and what isn't enabled on the system, and you have a resource monitor. And the resource monitor will in real time show you how the current load of the CPU is. If you want to monitor it over a long time, see the disk space usage and stuff, this is the space where you can do that. So this actually concludes the complete overview of all the options that we have inside the QNAP NAP. Know, however, that for all the applications that we discussed before, you have separate applications that work with these. So every application is powered by a complete web interface that you can administer and arrange the things. For instance, for the download station, it just works very easily. You have a QGet application, which I have located here, which is the G that you can see right there, and it means whenever I download a torrent file from any website, this program will catch it and ask you if you want to download it. Now once you do that, it's quite easy, so the QNAP is done. Of course it's still configured with my other QNAP NAS, so we could add the new server here and then just say, okay, the 113 is configured. Okay, there you go. We just log in with username and password, and then it will work. Remember the password for now, and there you go. So you can see it now connected to my Python NAS. So if we would go to a torrent site, I mean, do I know any? Of course I do. Let's be realistic here for a minute. So we have a BitTorrent and we're just gonna check for it. Whatever DVD rip, we want to download this one. So what I'll do is just click the torrent file. I just cancel this because this is another program, and here you can see open with QGet. And if we do that, QGet will actually catch the file and then present me with the option to download it. As you can see here, click OK and it will be in the run list now. Now from here I can of course pause the download, delete the task and whatever. So it's quite an easy feature, and you can see that you have quite some information available to do. Now you have some configuration options where you can limit the download and upload time, so the daily download time, which works in conjunction with the schedule uptime and downtime of your NAS. So if you configure both the same way, to start at midnight and stop at 8 in the morning, you'll be having a quite good system. You can of course also limit the rate of upload and download that this NAS allows. So we're just going to delete the download task because I don't want that file anyway. So we're just going out, and that's about it what I wanted to tell you about the download station. Or just maybe one more quick note, you can see that you can enable a show service link on the logon page here. I'm just quickly going to do the same for the multimedia station right there. And what this actually does is it enables you to connect to it directly without going to the administrative console. Notice that a QGet application we shown you before is not the only way to handle torrent files, because if you log on from the main menu to the download station, for instance, and you can grant users access to it as well, you don't have to be the administrator, you'll actually have online control over the torrents. Now the features and the functions of this application is practically the same as the QGet application. However, the QGet application comes a lot more convenient because you don't have to log on to the administrative console and you don't have to upload the actual torrent files, which in this case you will have to do.